Greetings, friends. Once again, it's an honor to welcome you back to Rick's Garage. What I have in the shop today is a 2006 Nissan Altima with a 2.5 liter four-cylinder. It's inside today because it has an exhaust leak. I'm suspecting this exhaust leak is probably up front near the catalytic converter because I have an engine light that came on as well. Quite often when you have an exhaust leak in this area, it'll affect the downstream oxygen sensor. I think that's what's throwing the code. I'm not going to bother to check it right now. So I'm going to get under this thing and see if we can find out what's going on here. I'm going to be using my lift stands from Lift Stands Incorporated to support the vehicle while I'm under there. They do not sponsor me. I purchased these stands with my own money. I'll leave a link in the descriptions to the company. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this step for all four wheels. I'll come back when that's done. Now that I have all four lift stands in place, I can gain another 10 inches or so by placing the jack as you see me doing here. Just continue to raise the vehicle until you hear the lift stands click in. I'm going to go ahead and do this to the other three lift stands, and I'll come back when that's done. Okay, friends, as you can see, I've got the lift stands all in place, and they're all fully extended and locked in. There's plenty of working height, and it's very safe under there. Okay, friends, we're under the vehicle, and it's easy to see where one of the leaks are. As I suspected, it's right near the oxygen sensor. You can see the flex portion of the pipe that attaches to the manifold is broken and cracked. A little further back, you can see that we also have a problem with the resonator. It's so thin I can even poke my finger through it. The rest of the exhaust system past the resonator looks pretty good, so we're going to leave that alone. Friends, through the magic of video, it's only been a few seconds for you, but for me it's been several days. I went ahead and ordered the pipe you see before you on eBay. This is a flex header pipe along with an aftermarket catalytic converter. That's how they come. If I were to buy this pipe at AutoZone, it would be around $500. And heaven forbid, if I were to buy it at the Nissan dealer, you're probably talking $800 or $900. On eBay, it was only $105. I'm not really taking much of a risk going with an aftermarket catalytic converter. For one thing, this car being more than 15 years old is no longer required to pass an emissions test. And number two, it's been my experience that Nissan products have worked pretty well with aftermarket converters. I'm going to take my Sawzall and zip off this resonator. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. My game plan is to reuse this flange pipe and delete the resonator with a piece of straight pipe. I'll cut the other end of the resonator off camera. I'm not going to waste time trying to get this oxygen sensor out. It's been my experience that it's almost impossible to get them off without destroying them. I'm just simply going to unplug it, discard it with the pipe, and I'll order a new sensor. Friends, I apologize, I did not get this on camera, but you first need to take a needle nose pair of pliers and squeeze these two little nipples to separate the plug assembly from its retaining bracket. Then once it's free from its retaining bracket, take a right angle pick and press this little tab and pull down on the plug and it should come right out. Normally I would expect to heat these nuts up to get them off, but they look pretty good. I'm going to shoot some penetrating oil on them and see if I can blast them out with my gun. It's worth a try. As always, make sure you put on your safety glasses. On this second one, the whole stud came out. I'm okay with it either way. The bottom line was getting the thing off. Take a screwdriver and pry the old donut gasket off. The pipe came with a brand new one. Friends, as you may recall, when I cut off the resonator, I said I was going to reuse this piece of flange pipe. Here I'm outside and I'm using my torch to separate that flange pipe from the catalytic converter. Okay, now that I've got that pipe separated, I'm going to walk away from it. I'm going to take a break. I've burnt my hand too many times over the years. You stay in the area after you heat something and you forget that it's hot and you try to pick it up and you get an awful burn. So now's the time to take a break. Friends, I've pretty much got everything I need on the bench here. I cleaned up that flange pipe I intend to use. I've got a couple of straight pipes that will fit it that I'm going to use to delete the resonator. The only thing I do not have is the oxygen sensor. That has not come in yet. So I'm going to leave this plug in place that came with the pipe. And when that sensor comes in, I'll install it. It'll only take me a few minutes. Okay, first we're going to install the donut gasket. Before you attempt to bolt up the header pipe, make sure you slip the hanger rod into its bracket. With the hanger in place, now you can go ahead and bolt up the header pipe to the manifold. The whole idea of these springs is to allow the pipe to flex as you go over bumps. Make sure you don't over tighten them. Now you can go ahead and install that flange piece that I'm going to reuse. Don't forget the gasket. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take a measurement. I need to find out how long that straight pipe needs to be to delete that resonator. It looks like it needs to be just under 28 inches. I'm going to add 3 or 4 inches on for overlap, and I'll cut that pipe off camera. I wound up cutting that pipe off at 31 inches long. That should allow for plenty of overlap. Now I'm sliding the straight pipe in place. You'll notice that I put a mark on that flange pipe so I can tell how much to overlap. All that remains, friends, is to place the clamps on this piece of straight pipe. I'm not going to bore you too much with this. I'll show this one, then I'll do the other two off camera. Well, friends, I'm going to call this job done here. All that remains for me to do today is lower the car off the lift stands. In the days to come, when the oxygen sensor is delivered, I will install that. I'm not going to hold up this video for that. It's only take me a few minutes to put that in. So I hope you enjoyed today's video about deleting the Resonator and installing an aftermarket catalytic converter. I want to thank you once again for watching Rick's Garage. Before I go, I'll post two videos to your left. One will be the video I made on the My Lift stands, and one will be something else that I hope you find of interest. And to your right, as always, will be a picture of my avatar in the form of my trusty German Shepherd. By all means, feel free to click on that should you wish to subscribe to my channel. So thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you all very, very soon.